Thank you once again for joining us for another episode of African Women Empowerment Network. Today, we are privileged to have with us Josephine Mongare, the immediate chairperson and advisor of FIDA. She's also an advocate of the High Court of Kenya and currently undertaking her postgraduate degree in cybersecurity and data privacy law. She's a fellow at the Human Rights Institute at Loyola Law Institute. I am Catherine Jenga, all the way in London, United Kingdom, and today we have Josephine, who is in California, USA. Thank you, Josephine. You're welcome.
Thank you, Catherine.
We are very, very, very privileged to have you, and I must say thank you for agreeing to sit with us to discuss. So, Josephine, thank you, our audience. Let us know where you're watching us from. Josephine, tell us who is Josephine Mongare for those who do not know you.
Josephine Mongare, Josephine Wayowa Mongare.
Yes.
Also known as Josephine Wayowa Wambua Mongare.
Okay.
I'm a mother.
Right.
A wife.
Okay.
A lawyer.
Right.
Currently a student.
Wow.
I have many things in one.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, you're wearing many hats, Josephine. A mother,
yes.
A lawyer, a student, lots and lots, and a human rights.
And a human rights defender.
Yes.
Yes.
So, Josephine, thank you very much. I find you very inspirational. I'm really, really privileged to have you, and I pray that you'll be able to, we shall inspire many people. So, Josephine, many people see the glory and the glamour, and not the story behind the glory. Would you like to share us how and where you began your journey of being who you are right now?
I grew up in rural Kenya. Makueni County, to be specific.
Okay.
I went to school in local schools, and I did my high school in Meru, because remember our time, Eastern Province, Meru was is still part of Eastern Province.
Mm-hmm.
Then I came to high school, what did we used to call it? From 5 and 6.
Yeah, A-levels, I think.
A-levels, yes, that was the name.
Yes.
In Nairobi, I went to Nairobi Girls High School.
All right.
At the University of Nairobi, where I took my LLB, my undergraduate. So I became a lawyer many, many years ago. In 1991, I was called to the bar, and I started my practice as a lawyer in 1994, having worked for a few law firms, an insurance company. Felt inspired, ready to start the journey of being a lawyer. In 1996, I joined FIDA Kenya, and I can say my life changed from 1996 because I found a purpose and a calling for which up to today I live for, and that is to defend the defenseless, to empower those that are below and need encouragement. I worked and lived with that inspiration that I received, and by becoming a member of FIDA in 1996, as a very young lawyer in Nairobi, struggling to establish a law firm, a name, and here was an organization that took me in, trained me, mentored me, and gave me people to look up to work with, to mentor me, to make me become what I ended up becoming today. So I would say my journey began when I was a little girl in Makueni, inspired to get out of the village, get to the big city, and be, I remember in 1985, remember the Wambui Otieno Bosire case?
Yes, definitely, yes.
One of my aunties who really believed in me, I think I was in high school then, came and brought me the transcription that was done of that case, the Bosire tribunal, and started calling me Justice Bosire.
Wow.
And that's where I got it. I was in high school. I think I was in Form 5, Form 6. And I read that book from beginning to the end and got very encouraged at what was happening. And I do remember at that back then, we used to have this book. Did you have that music book for singing in school?
Yes.
The Golden Bells.
Yeah, Golden Bells.
I wrote at the back of my Golden Bells.
Okay.
I will become a lawyer.
Wow.
That was way back in 1985.
Yeah.
Because of the Bosire Wambui Otieno case. So from way back when I was a young girl, I knew my purpose in life was to be a lawyer, to probably make some changes, make some impact some people. The way that case impacted a lot of things, changed a lot of the way we viewed culture, the way we viewed the law vis-a-vis culture and custom. Yes.
So we can say different incidents and experiences inspired you. Your auntie bringing you that.
My auntie bringing me that, and then what inspired my goal to achieve was in high school while I was in Nairobi Girls. I recall Grace Ogot. Remember Grace Ogot?
I do.
She was a woman MP.
Yes.
And I think she was an assistant minister at the time. She came to our school.
Okay.
And she told us, girls, the sky is the limit.
Wow.
Even me today, Catherine, I believe that we are past the sky.
Wow.
We are above the clouds.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's
I
true.
still remember those words of Grace Ogot.
Wow.
She was the first big woman I interacted with in my life as a young girl.
Can you imagine?
And I was like, wow.
I know.
You know?
Can you imagine?
Yes.
So wherever we go, we're either making an impact. We are making an impact, either in a positive way or in a negative way, isn't it?
I know.
Wow.
And then, of course, my mother is a teacher.
Okay.
A kindergarten teacher. And she was very focused on getting her children educated. She believed in empowering the girl child and the boy child.
Okay. Because
we were 7 of us, 2 of us were boys, 2 of them are boys, and 5 of us were girls. And our motto was, wherever your knowledge takes you, I'll make sure that you achieve it. So if you went to high school, she paid the fees. She made sure fees was paid. Wow. So my parents were very supportive. I always remember my dad would come and say, oh, you were number 1, Josephine? No, I wanted to be half a number, just go beyond that number. And so, of course, my parents mentored me to achieve, to do my best with what I had at the time and to aspire to the next level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. What a story. What a story. So in your journey, Josephine, what are the inner and external voices that you've encountered and had to ignore maybe, and how have you managed to overcome them?
I was brought up by my parents to be a very courageous person. But one of the things that my parents also inspired to us was discipline, work discipline.
Okay.
And I remember, growing up in the village, you have to fetch water, find firewood, cook food, and still go to school. Wow. So we'd wake up at 3, fetch water, then be at school at 6 o'clock. Wow. And if you're late, remember at time there was
Kiboko
punishment.
Yeah.
Kiboko, you get it.
Yes.
And so there was our head teacher in primary school, and I always remember him. And then one day I was late, and I was caned in front of the whole parade. Wow. And I really cried. And my brothers and sisters really laughed at me. After that, I said, I'll never be late for anything.
Okay.
I've lived with that determination to make appointments on time, to keep my time and make sure that I complete anything that I do. So I put a lot of passion in anything that I tend to do. I kind of block out the negative noises. Okay. I usually do what I personally believe is the right thing. So first of all, I ask myself, would I want to do this, Josephine, before I consult? Because I consult. Then when I consult, I listen to the voices, and then I come and, bounce that, and I say, well, they say this cannot be done, but I still believe it can be done. And I think for me, even today, that's what I live by. What is right by Josephine? What do my inner self tell me? So I block the negative noises. I listen to them and I ask myself, okay, maybe that's their view, but is that my view?
Okay.
So I want to judge myself by my own standards.
Yeah.
Because I want not to be limited by other people's limitations.
Okay.
And so how I get through, I remember in secondary school, an incident, remember how we were graded Division 1, Division 2, Division 3.
Right.
And you had to do a mock trial, a mock exam in second term. And I wasn't very good in or rather, I didn't believe that I had what it took to do well in mathematics. And in this school in Meru, I got as very strong Division 2 for my mock exam.
Okay.
And the teacher called me at parade and said, this girl has potential, but she's refused to learn maths, you know? And then, okay, I don't know. I think it was naming and shaming. It used to work those days.
Yes.
You will fail. You get a Division 2. You will not have passed. Guess what?
What?
I went home.
Yes.
I got my cousin to mentor me. God
Wow.
bless him. Still there.
Yeah.
He was doing science, I think, in then Egerton. And he took me through mathematics.
Wow.
I got a first division in my Form 4. I am in today in Mozambique House on the notice board as a person who achieved what I had told my mind that I couldn't do. Yeah. So I learned from the very heart that you only limit yourself. The limitations are in your brain. Because I went home one holiday, I came back, sat for my secondary school education, got a very nice grade, and came to Nairobi Girls in high school.
Wow.
And I do remember in Nairobi Girls, having come from a village school, you know, a bush school. Kidogos was, you know, your shrub. So Nairobi Girls was an elite school.
Yes,
and we
definitely.
are from the village. We are struggling to pronounce the English words in the right way. And I remember my English teacher, Mr. Chege, used to ignore us, the Busharians. We didn't know Kidogos that much.
Oh.
But you know what? Myself and one girl called Grace, we got the best marks and went to do law.
Well done.
University.
What an inspiration.
You know? And for me, that's why I say you only block, you're the one, the limitations are within you.
Yeah.
If you ask yourself, why am I not able to do this? Believe you me, Catherine, you will do it.
Okay.
You will find a way to go around it. You'll find a way to understand it. So fast forward to 2020, and in my law class, one of the courses that you have to understand is how computers work.
Wow.
And my teacher, Professor Carl Mannheim, was teaching us computing mechanics, you know.
Wow.
I asked him, Professor, where is the law in this, what you're teaching us?
Yeah.
You're teaching us physics. And he says, yes, Josephine, you have to understand the vocabulary.
Oh, wow.
Go online, learn the vocabulary. You have to understand how computers work, what is artificial intelligence, what is computing mechanics. And believe you me, I used to sit in the garage out here, play out those clips, go through the TED Talks, understand. And I said to myself, I'm in this class to understand, you know, cybersecurity. So if I have to understand how computers work, I have to do it.
Wow.
So it's just in the mind, because 3 classes, I'm like, hey, Professor, I'm lost. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for you to talk law. I mean, I'm a lawyer. I mean, look, I understand the law. I can find the law. Tell me, where is the law in cybersecurity? He said, no. You must understand computers and how they work and the mechanics of computers, and that's physics.
Wow.
But I'm not asking you to be a scientist. I'm asking you to understand your subject matter.
Wow.
So I think for me, over the years, I've realized that we limit ourselves. That other voice is in your brain.
Okay.
So what you do is that you jump over that, you find the resources, you teach yourself.
Wow.
And once you do that, you find solutions to the things that you need to find solutions.
Wow.
That's how I've managed so far to, you know, deal with the negatives as opposed to the positives.
Yeah.
Similarly, when I been a lawyer in private practice, if I wanted an organization to give me a job, I just went there and I applied. And I remember one organization put me in their panel after 3 years.
Wow.
And you know what they told me? Josephine, you don't seem to give up.
Oh, wow.
You have applied for this job for the last 3 years.
Yes. Wow.
And I said, yeah, but I'm still in practice, you know?
Yeah.
I'm here, I'm still in practice. And, you know, there's a Kamba saying that he who waits does not die.
Okay.
If I can say it in Kamba, I said, you know, as in, if you are waiting for something, you will not die. You will get it.
So you keep waiting.
So
and keep trying.
Says, yes.
Yes.
When somebody tells you, oh, the panel is full, but we'll review it next February, you say, okay, yeah, we are in May, next February, you diarize it. So you look for the tender in next February and you bid for it.
Wow.
And you get the job. If they don't, you say, oh, sorry, you didn't have what it takes. You say, okay, what did I not have? Okay, fine. When are you reviewing it? Okay, in November, check again. Okay, fine. Because you're in practice.
Wow.
I mean, that's how I built my law practice.
Wow.
For 20 plus years. And sometimes people would say no very many times.
Yes.
One day they'll just say, this one has been applied for so many times. What's wrong? Let's try this law firm. But when they put me in the panel, if I had a client, I delivered.
You delivered?
Yes.
Wow.
I delivered because I looked for the work to deliver.
Yes.
So when they put me in the panel, I made sure that whatever I had to do was done. Wow. Anyone who worked in my law firm knew a client is king.
Yeah, yeah.
And that client has to get the services for which they're paying for.
Wow.
It would take long to get.
Yeah.
And then it would have to be done.
Yeah.
My firm still services because I do have partners back home. I service a bank with about 104 branches.
Wow.
So they decentralized legal work. And they said, go to the branches, meet the managers.
Yeah.
Out of 104, I went to 97 branches.
Wow.
Personally. Personally.
Wow.
I had a driver. I'll tell you, we are doing Mount Kenya today.
Wow.
Wake up at 5, we're in Nanyuki by 8. We start from Nanyuki coming back. By 4 o'clock, we are in Mwea. Meet all the branch officers. And they'll say, oh, we've never seen any lawyer in our panel come. I say, well, they decentralize the work.
Wow.
This is J.W. Wambua. We are here. And I was able to visit, I think the only branches I didn't go were those which were beyond Meru town. I did Kisumu Circuit. I did Eldoret Circuit. I did Mount Kenya. I did Eastern Circuit.
Wow. Until
one day when the legal department was evaluating their work, they said, how do you people evaluate our branch? And I said, well, I've been to most of your branches. I can tell you the branches that, are responsive, the ones that are not. And I visited 97 branches. And they're like, wow, even as in the legal department, we haven't been to 50 of the branches. I said, yeah, well, you told us to go to the branches. Yeah. What did you expect us to do?
Yeah.
So I did that.
Wow.
I just say, okay, fine, it's got to be done. I got to go to Nanyuki, I got to Nanyuki. I got to go to Olkalau, I got to Olkalau. I'm in Molo, I go to Molo. They're there. I mean, they're there. They're my clients.
Wow, what
and
determination.
I do it.
Yeah.
Because I was brought up to believe in the value of hard work and keeping your word.
Yeah. So
if I go to a branch in Olkalau and I tell them, send this file to my office, it will be worked on. I made sure it was worked on.
Wow.
And I still do. Even now, I wake up, when Nairobi is about to wake up, there's a time we are closing and sleeping here. I'll come from school, I'll call my law firm, talk to my partners if they need my support, and I, do what I have to do.
Wow, what determination and hard work. Wow, that's really, it's inspirational, Josephine.
Yeah, so
wow.
I did the same at FIDA. When I became chair in 1996, 2016, I had been a FIDA member for 20 years.
Okay.
And I had been on the board from 2012. So I served as an ordinary council member for 2 years. I served as the board secretary for 2 years. And then I became chair.
Wow.
And all I did was I agreed because in Nairobi, I live in Kajiado.
Okay.
So I prefer to do morning meetings.
Okay.
As opposed to night meetings.
Yeah.
So I would do breakfast meetings at Lavington in the morning. If you live in Nairobi, even today the jam is
it's phenomenal.
When I hear people in Los Angeles say there is jam, I laugh.
Is it different?
There's no jam any other place in the world except Nairobi. I'm in traffic jam. So I knew that if I had to get to Lavington by 7 a.m., I have to be in my house of my house by 5:05.
Wow.
If I'm out of my house at 5:15, I'll find the jam in Kitengela town because I live off Kitengela.
Okay.
I live 15 kilometers off Kitengela.
Okay.
So I would leave my house between 5 and 5 minutes past 5. And believe you me, my board members who live in Nairobi and next to the whatever, they will find me in the office.
Wow.
I get to FIDA 6:30, get to the boardroom, read the newspapers, and wait for the rest of the people to come.
Wow.
I did that for 4 years, 3 years actually, because I came here midterm my second year.
Okay.
I did that. I did my morning appointments. I did breakfast meetings in Runda and Roslyn from FIDA with my development partners.
Yes.
I attended all my meetings as early as I could. At the same time that I was serving FIDA, I was also sitting in the Public Procurement Board as a board member. 3 times a week, I sat in the board. And I had to write judgments.
Wow.
So I write judgments sometimes until 1 a.m.
Wow.
And show up for the board hearings at 2
Wow.
the next day. So I show up at FIDA at 7 or before 7.
Yes.
I'm at FIDA until 9. Show up in JW at 10.
Yes.
And then show up at the board at 2.
Wow. And
then probably have a media interview.
And where do you get all that drive and energy to do all that, you know?
My husband says I have a disease of the mind. I suffer from ADHD. Is it called ADD?
ADHD.
Whatever it is, you're a counselor, you know. I'll show up and I'll do that. And then I go home. And I had a thriving farming enterprise in my compound.
Wow.
I was rallying 3,500 layers.
Huh?
And made sure that eggs were delivered to my suppliers.
Wow.
And I farmed
Hiya.
remotely. And I'm a mother of 3.
That is a lot of energy, Josephine.
I'm a mother of 3. Well, I'm lucky in the sense that my husband is very supportive.
That's something very important.
I think he understands my energy must be burned out.
Yeah. And
that if I don't burn it out, then of course I am not at optimum level. So he's very, very supportive. He's very, I met him in college. He knows me much better than most people.
He understands you.
So, he understands me. And that's why I said I'm a wife first.
Okay.
Then I'm a mother. And the rest of the things thereafter. Yeah. Entrepreneur. Wow. So I came, I'm in the US as a diplomat's wife. My husband is with the Kenya Consulate at Los Angeles.
Okay.
Consulate General of Kenya. And my children and my husband had to be here because that's the nature of the posting.
Yeah.
So I had to weigh what was important. At the height of my being chair of FIDA, what was important in my life. And my family, of course, came first.
Yeah, definitely.
So I joined my husband with my kids. We came in May. We've been here for a year. And throughout summer, I was very restless. So I started a business.
You did?
Yes. Oh. I started a business because it takes a while to get work authorization in the US.
Okay.
I did a few speaking engagements with Kenya women in the US.
Okay.
Big movement.
Okay.
And I spoke to them and, did a few, I'm a member of the Los Angeles Consular Co-Spouses Association.
Okay.
Where I also do activities with them. I started a business in Kenya, which I buy stuff here, send to Kenya, ship them. So every 3 months I'm shipping a mzigo to Kenya.
Wow. You took advantage of the opportunity.
I was idle. So I went shopping and started a business from shopping. Wow. So I realized it wasn't keeping me fully engaged. So I went to school by accident. One day I was hosting some students and I asked them, which universities are you in? And one was in USC, another one was in Loyola, another one was in Pepperdine. And I said, okay, fine. How do you like school? They're young girls. And they said, oh, well. I said, okay, fine. Can I apply? So I did. I applied to the three of them, the three universities, before coming here, by the way, because my husband was supposed to go to New York and applied to a university in Georgetown, Georgetown University in Washington.
Okay.
But before I could finish the admission process, we were rerouted to Los Angeles. So I applied, and all of them invited me, but Loyola was the most welcoming, in the sense that when I told them my story, they, the way you are supposed to do TOEFL and those. They said, Josephine, you've been a lawyer for so many years. You speak good English.
Yes,
Come.
yes,
You
definitely.
don't need those marks.
Yes.
And bring your transcripts. Luckily, because I had applied to Georgetown, I had transcripts. I sent to them and I was admitted and got partial scholarship. So I went to school by default. That was not why I came to the US.
Yes.
I came to the US to be a mother and a wife. And I found, other than that, they weren't taking enough of my energy.
Yes.
I started a business, it still wasn't taking enough of my energy. So I went to school.
You joined school. Wow, Josephine. You're really taking advantage of the opportunities,
What happened is that when I went to school, because I looked around and said, what can a lawyer do here? And every law job wanted you to be admitted to a local bar.
Okay.
So I said, okay, which university offers a bar track? So Loyola was offering bar track, so was USC, so was that. And I said, no. When I went for admission, I listened to the courses and I said, I want portable skills back to my country. When I go back home, because I believe in taking back what I get, I want something I can take back. So I looked at the specialized courses and I said, wow, this looks like the new kid in the block, cybersecurity. And I joined the cybersecurity class. But deep down, I'm a human rights defender. The school has a clinic.
Okay.
A human rights clinic. So I joined that for the Human Rights Institute, and I'm a fellow.
Wow.
We actually do live cases.
Okay.
At the Human Rights Commission and the American Human Rights Institute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm doing those things in the interim period as I be mother and wife.
Wow. I must say it's very inspirational, all those things that you're doing, you're a ball of energy and taking advantages of the opportunities that you find and presented,
Yes.
So Josephine, I say there's no one like you. We are all unique individuals and everyone has a purpose. What would you say is your purpose and what is your vision?
Okay, my purpose in life is to leave an impact.
Okay.
Because this life you just pass through.
Yeah.
People will want to know, what did Catherine do with her time on earth? And what I do is I purpose to do what I start to do with my all. I give it my energy. I give it my purpose. I just put everything in it, and I say, I am in FIDA. I want people to remember my time in FIDA.
Yes.
What do I require to do? And I do it. I'm at Loyola Law School as a student at Loyola. What do I require to do? Study and pass my exams and leave an impact as this mature student who came and did our best.
Yeah.
I want to leave an impact in life. So one of the things I did while I was in FIDA to leave an impact was to encourage women lawyers. Because, if you look at the big cases in Kenya, you'll see Orengo, you'll see Muite, you'll see the men, especially the big election petitions, the big constitutional cases.
Yes.
And I challenged the women law practitioners in Kenya to package themselves for success. And I'm happy to say, out of my leadership at FIDA, we have a Women Law Practitioners Association.
Oh.
That is packaging the women, offering them skills.
Okay.
So that they can compete equally with the men. I started public procurement, and most of, that's where big money is in Kenya, because government is the biggest spender of all the money.
Yeah. And
all the lawyers who came before the board, 3/4 were men.
Oh.
So I asked these people, is it because you don't know people who do work before public procurement? Is it because you do not sit or offer services to institutions
Yes.
that, are sued at the public procurement? So the law, the impact that I wanted to do is that all those women who have this 1-2 women lawyers, partnerships, we put them together and said, you know what, you can be what you want to be if you purpose to be. So we have a mentorship group for women lawyers. And one of the things we are offering to do, hoping that it achieves, is that they become visible as service providers.
Yes.
Outside the work that we do FIDA, because FIDA really, as a women lawyers organization, doesn't deal purposely with empowering the women lawyers. We do with the indigent women, the Kenyan women.
Yeah.
But at also FIDA, what I was passionate about was the women empowerment program. We training the political women leaders to be politicians.
Okay.
To understand how politics works, to understand why they're elected, why they are leaders, where their loyalty lies, with the electorate.
Yes.
To package themselves, to move from being women reps to members of parliament, to senators, to governors, to take over leadership. And so one of the things that I would pride myself is that during my time, we did a lot of, because luckily I was there through an election time, we did wonderful with the women. And I am sure the next round of elections, we will get a lot more numbers. Believe you me, Catherine, when I became a lawyer, there were only 2 women judges.
Oh.
Remember Effie and Joyce?
Yes.
Those were the only judges in my time.
Oh, wow. Yes.
And one of the things that I would say FIDA and the women movement have achieved is to have as many women in judiciary. Today, I think we are 50-50, if not more.
Wow, that's quite an upgrade, a big number from 2,
in 20 years, in 20 years. So it can be done.
It can be done.
So we want the next phase of the serious litigators, women litigators, who come from the women, because they have what it takes. They just need an opportunity.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that one of the things that the public procurement mainstreams is gender mainstreaming. The 30% rule, that you must procure women as you give out work.
Okay. Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
It is in the law. It is in the procurement law.
Okay.
Gender is mainstream, so it's affirmative action.
Okay.
Because how else will they get work if they're not procured? So IBC has to have 30% of its service providers as women. And Kenya Power and all those big parastatals, they must mainstream women. That is the law. If they are not, then they're not meeting their targets.
Oh.
Wow. So for me, the impact I would want to see, because my lawyer is my colleague, is that women compete at the same level as men. Because if you look at the university numbers now, the numbers are good. The last audit when I was my chair of FIDA, I think in 2018, 2017, we were at 47, 53. 47 girls, 53% in the universities.
Yeah.
And that's good. I mean, coming from when in the law class would have 10 women out of 100 boys,
Yeah, that's quite an improvement.
It's an improvement. It's a big improvement.
A big improvement.
So it can be done at all levels. It can be done at levels of government. It can be done at policy level.
Yeah.
It can be done at business level.
It can be done.
As you say, if you have more women educated, more women with resources, you have reduced increases of GBV.
Yeah.
I visited Mwende. You remember Mwende?
Yeah.
The girl whose hands were chopped by the husband.
Yeah.
And after I visited Mwende, it's the women, the Nairobi women, and the women actually, the Machakos County woman MP was then a medical doctor, Dr. Susan Musyoka, and Pasaris, and a few women MPs. Okay. We went together with women leadership. Florence Kajuju was then the MP for Meru. And we went to visit Mwende. And after we visited Mwende, believe you me, the next week, we had an influx of similar cases.
Oh.
Some woman in Emali had a leg and hand chopped off by her husband because she went for chama. That woman sells vegetables in the Emali market today.
Oh.
It was brought to me by a woman, by an MCA. When a woman in Kiambu had her 2 legs chopped off. Her husband reversed his car, was a matatu driver. Now, when you ask Mwende or the women whose limbs are cut off, eyes gouged out, why can't you leave? Those with children will tell you, what will I give my children?
That's true, yeah.
What will I do? Where will I take these kids? How can I live without you? And so that lack of economic empowerment is the root cause to GBV.
Yeah.
Because you can't walk away.
Yeah.
Culture, we used to say culture says, Vumilia, get beaten, your husband loves you. You know, that's utter hogwash, nonsense. GBV is rooted in economic power, economic power dynamics, power relations.
Yeah.
All the gory cases we witness, and we continue to witness them today, even in FIDA, even as we speak, is because of power, the lack of buying power, the lack of purchasing power. That's what makes GBV thrive. That's what makes women stay in abusive marriages. Women wait for one hand to be cut off, still go back. You went to Chama. You went to Chama, you know? You went to Chama. Somebody chops off your hand and your leg, like this, you know? So that, for me, is the impact I would like to see. More empowered women, less GBV.
Yeah.
You know? Because
actually, that was one of my questions I was going to say to you, because I've mentioned to you that I work in domestic abuse in UK, and working here in UK with victims of abuse or in the arena, I've noticed the difference. There's such a big difference, the services, the help, the support. And I've realized that in Kenya, we still have a long way to go, you know, really long way to go with help for victims of abuse. And I was just wondering, what are your thoughts on this, and what input does FIDA have on this?
Okay, the government under the Ministry of Gender, I think now, gender is a department in the ministry that Professor Kobia is the minister now, as gender officers way to the grassroots. What we need is them to be empowered, to be able to actually offer support to communities at that basic level. Because we as NGOs can come out there and say, oh, we're going to do shelters. FIDA is in the process of coming up with a FIDA house where we have like a halfway through house where we can have people housed briefly as they find their calling or their purpose from, you know, rescuing them. But it has to be a government initiative. Because people need a place to go in the first instance.
Yes.
They need time out, you know, to cool down.
Yes.
Then they need to be empowered to go to the next level.
Yes. So
it has to be a government initiative. It has to be, the government of Kenya must look at GBV as a problem in the country. First of all, provide a short-term solution, which is the shelter, and then the long-term solution, which is equal opportunities for men and women. Because if you can pay your meals, no one will beat you because you spent the last 200 shillings. If you can contribute to the household budget, you probably have a say on what gets done with the money. But if you can't, you have no say. More often than not, you just wait. There's food, there's no food, you make do. So my vision, you asked me I think I gave you my purpose.
You gave your purpose.
My vision is to see a community which, you know, men and women are able to relate as partners, not one below or above the other. You know, at par. Gender equity, gender equality. Not just in paper, not just 2/3, 1/3 nonsense. Gender equity, gender equality, you know, at this level. this way. So that when you go into a marriage, you contribute something to that marriage. If it doesn't work, if it's a man who finds that it doesn't work, they walk out. They don't have to kill somebody. No. The woman doesn't have to do like the case that happened. I was reading in the newspaper that stabbed, was it a pilot officer? Husband or some KAA staffer?
Yeah.
Last week?
Yeah.
Because they are disagreeing? No.
No.
You walk out. You don't have to ban anyone. You don't have to stab anyone.
No.
You don't have to live until such a time that, you kill each other. So that parity can only be brought if power dynamics, the economics help. And economics can only help if we are able to also provide for ourselves.
Yeah, okay.
Because mine is to see an equal society, a society where, people are given equal chances, equal opportunities.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And not tokenism, not, what we put in the law is tokenism, 1/3. Yes. What Kenya has in the law is tokenism, that 1/3 thing. Okay. We need equality, in the real sense. Yeah. Because going ahead, we have an equal number of educated men, an equal number of educated girls in all disciplines. Wow. So we should be able to have them, compete equally and get the same opportunities.
Yeah. So we still have a long way to go, if you'd say. Maybe there needs to be more awareness and more people speaking up about this,
Yes, we have a long way to go.
Yes.
We even now, I'm not sure, we have a voice, okay? We just need to use it. We have women MPs now in parliament. We need them to use that voice to have gender responsive laws.
Yes.
Responsive budgeting.
Yes.
To do what they went to do in parliament.
Yes.
Pass laws, pass policy, drive the agenda of parliament so that it looks at the woman as an equal human being. As an equal human being, not a second-class citizen, not somebody who should be given handouts. Affirmative action just to come and lift them. Those opportunities should be started from the lowest level to the level whereby we are saying, women can compete, and they are given an opportunity to be ministers, to be heads of institutions, to be parastatal board chairs, all those things at the same level as men.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because
the schools have done it. So it can be done at other levels.
It can be done at other levels.
Yes.
Wow. So Josephine, you served 2 terms as the chairperson of FIDA and took the organization to another level. Please tell us about your time at FIDA, the leader of FIDA, and what FIDA stands for.
As I said, I've been a member of FIDA for 20 years before I became chair.
Yes.
So I'm a member today, so 24 years. And I would say I've seen FIDA at its best and at its lowest over those 20 years.
Okay.
And we, of course, like all institutions that grow, you have a W, up, down, up, down, up, down. And I got it at one of the, just before it picked the transaction. Because when we got into the board in 2012, FIDA was not doing very well. And through the then leadership, the chair that I succeeded, Dr. Aura, we had to do very painful things. Downsize, cut our staff, let go of very good staff, because we were at one of our W's.
Okay.
And for the 4 years of Dr. Ruth, we supported her to lift it. So when I got it, it was at that, just when it's supposed to start the climb. So I asked myself, Ruth got us over the lowest ebb. What do I do to take it to the peak? And one of the things that we suffered as FIDA was failure to document our successes. Because as I said, FIDA was there when the judiciary had 2 women judges. FIDA is there when judiciary has 50% women judges.
Yes.
I think now magistrates may be 70%. You know, CRJ is a woman. The Deputy Chief Justice is a woman. A role we never had.
Oh.
You know, and 2 women in the Supreme Court. We're still fighting for a 3rd one. So we did not document all those things. FIDA was there when we had no women in public service at very high levels. When we had 1 cabinet minister, to when we have equal number or at least 1/3 women cabinet ministers. This is the result of the work of the women movement. FIDA being one of the women movement. So we want documenting our work. We want broadcasting our successes. We want showing people, we allowed other people to tell our story. So the people who told our story as FIDA were the people who didn't like what we were doing to empower women. And they came and told a negative story. So one of the things I said to my staff, we are going to tell the story of FIDA. Luckily, technology has put us in a space whereby we don't have to go and buy the front page Nation to broadcast and document our work. So I told them we're going to use the free services of social media. We're going to go on Twitter. We're going to be on Facebook. And we'll tell the story of what FIDA does to the whole wide world. And that's what we did. We started, and now if you look every day, you get something, FIDA is saying what they're doing, where they are, what they've done. We started broadcasting our work and we did it ourselves because it's only us who could tell our story. So as a result, we are able to be more visible. To be more, people are able to see, one of the programs that we were running and is still running was mediation, bringing families together. Because we wanted to change the narrative that FIDA breaks families. And we offered that as an alternative dispute resolution. We said, if you haven't cut your wife's leg, if all you are disagreeing about is child support, we can have you people talk. If you want to go your way, but you have children, you need to come and talk and tell us how those children are going to eat, how they're going to go to school. You can go your way, but come, we put you together, sit together, we find solutions for your problems. So we started mediation as a way, a tool to resolve legal disputes. And it's one of our success stories because at the last count when I was chair, 95% of our NDR cases were resolved amicably. That doesn't mean that divorcing couple won't divorce. They will divorce, but they will have a way to look after their children.
It will be amicable.
To share, to share their matrimonial wealth. Whatever it is that they put together. They will go their way. We're not forcing anyone to live together. All we are saying is that you can do it with less noise, in a less noise environment. And that itself is a success. One of the last activities I did because I was in Nairobi in December was to receive a mediation kit from the Nairobi Woman MP, Esther Passaris. And we have containers that we now have mediation units where we can take on more people because every Thursday is a mediation day in FIDA. And every Thursday we are overwhelmed because of space. So we decided to tell our own story and tell the story of how you can, and believe you me, Catherine, this is a success because when the judiciary was implementing the new constitution, ADR is the first port of call for all civil disputes. We were part of the task force, people who helped judiciary, implement it. Because we already had started it, but we weren't talking about it. So one of the things we did is tell our story, tell it out there in the best way possible. Because if you tell your story, Catherine, you will tell it the way you want people to see it.
That's true.
Other people will not make up stories about you. And so we used the media spaces, and we were available even to the mainstream media too. I tell you, I did breakfast TV shows, I did late night TV shows. I had a running program with KBC. Radio, Idaya Taifa, every Tuesday for a year. I used to be with Meja Hoka Mwahoka. Every Tuesday answering questions on Kiswahili. on what FIDA does and what it could do.
Oh, wow.
I did vernacular TV shows with Musi FM because I'm a Kamba.
Yeah.
And I spoke to the Musi people and I spoke about the work of FIDA and what we were doing. So what I did during my term was to make FIDA visible again, but also tell the story of FIDA from FIDA's mouth. Not allow any people who we probably had crossed paths with to go and tell negative stories.
Yeah.
Of course, you will have the naysayers, you will have the people who don't believe that you're doing good things, but if you speak to our beneficiaries, they will tell you that we are doing a good job. You talk to our funders, they will tell you FIDA is a reliable partner in the work that we did. So my time, I used it to make sure that FIDA was relevant to the society today. FIDA in 1985 came out to offer access to justice to the indigent women. It still does today. Just the way it was necessary in 1985 to do it. Imagine in 2020, it's still there.
Yeah.
The need is there, the demand is there.
Yeah.
So we are still true to our cause, true to our vision, true to our, purpose, and true to our founders' vision.
Wow.
So as a membership organization, we are about 1,000 members, women lawyers. When I got elected, and I always tell people, when I got elected, there were only 40 paying subscribers. 40. So I had a competition, and my competitor got 9 votes, and I got 28. The current chair, who just succeeded me, had to campaign to 400 members.
Wow.
The second time, of course, I went in unopposed. I done such a good job that second time I went in unopposed.
Wow.
So I had no competition, but the other people were opposed.
Wow.
The other layers of leadership were opposed. The current chair, it was my immediate vice chair, had to convince 450 members.
Wow.
I think there were 470.
That's a big growth.
They were paid up as at the end of my term.
Wow.
And very active.
Wow.
So I'm proud that women lawyers saw the need to come back to the organization and give it strength.
Yeah.
Because it's a members organization. So without members, it's a dead organization.
That's true.
You can have the best secretariat, but if you have no membership, you can't call yourself a members organization. So I am hoping, and I know Nancy has what it takes, that she will take it to the 1,000 fully paid up members.
Wow.
By the end of our term.
Wow.
So I did 2 terms. They were wonderful terms. I got immense exposure.
Wow. And you did a really good job, of the growth.
I was able to talk to the powers that be and articulate the purpose and goals of FIDA and the women issues in Kenya. I did international meetings, I did local meetings, I partnered with government ministers, with my board. I attended donor engagements with my board, ministerial meetings with my board, met the Chief Justice of Kenya with my board, the Attorney General. I met with the DPP, everyone who required to be met.
Wow.
And we had we signed an MOU with the DPP, then Keriako Tobiko, to have women lawyers become special prosecutors for gender-based cases. That's one of the takeaways I did.
Wow.
FIDA, as a member of the National Council for Administration of Justice, we chaired the Sexual Offences NCAJ committee of the NCAJ, and we were mainstreaming and amending the Sexual Offences Act in Kenya. That's one of the work that I left ongoing as at that level. And it's not every organization that gets to sit with the Chief Justice as, one-on-one.
Yeah.
I was a member of the summit. The chair becomes a member of the summit because we are in the bill, we're in the law, in the act, the NCAJ Act. We represent the women as an NGO. And those are things that we fought to be mainstreamed.
Yeah.
Because when we are there, we get to have a voice. We get to talk to the AG, we get to talk to the Chief Justice. You get to be at the table where it matters. During elections, I co-chaired the Election Observation Group, ELOC, of Kenya. I was co-chairing with the late Bishop Korir, and we observed elections in 2017.
Okay, wow.
So as a member of FIDA board, during the time that there was problems in Kenya between 2017 August and the second round of elections, I was in a think tank that was put together by the UK and the US Embassy and brought in notable leaders to discuss and come up with a handshake deal.
Oh.
Oh yes, we were there. We didn't broadcast because it was behind the scenes.
Okay.
But we had a lot of night meetings, lunchtime meetings.
Oh wow.
With the award, with Godek, with the UK ambassador, with the EU ministers.
Oh wow.
I mean ambassadors.
Yes.
We had serious meetings with the leaders of industry, with the KEMSA people, the faith-based organization. I represented the women movement.
Wow.
And I am proud to say that the handshake was what we needed as an antidote in Kenya at that time. Okay. Because we were at a bad space, and at that time, it was women and children who were victims.
Yeah. Because
when there is, tear gas and riots and police coming, women can't run as fast as men. Yeah. When services are not going to a certain region in Kenya, it's mothers who have children without food. When husbands and boys are injured in the demonstrations, it's their wives and their mothers who have to look after them. And when there is riots, women are raped. The girls are defiled. Yeah. So for me, it was an important thing that we found a workable solution that brought an end to what was happening post 2017 election.
Yes.
So I got to be at that level because as chair of FIDA, I was a leader that was called upon to give my voice.
Yeah.
To add my, to ongeza volume.
To ongeza your volume, yes. And the volume of the women.
And the volume of the women,
yes.
I tell you, was represented because what happened thereafter, you can see, all of us can see. Forget the politics of it, but as a country, we are certainly at a better space because with peace, there's less defilement, there's less rape, there are less, even people are able to go out there and work and find food. So for me, as chair of FIDA, those are some of the things, the highs that characterized my leadership. At national level, I felt that I was an important actor. I was an important voice for the women.
Yes.
And I'm proud to say we came from 0 to 3 governors. 0 to 3 governors.
Yes.
In 2013 to 3 in 2017. Wow. For me, that was a major leap.
Yes.
0 to 3 senators elected. Yes. Major leap.
Major leap as well.
Major leap. We went to court to make the 2/3 a reality. And I am sure this is my vision that we would probably need it. We'll probably have more women in the next round of election because they now know what it means to be a politician.
Yes.
Even the ones which are being kicked out of party leadership, now, being disciplined by their parties. They now know that to be a politician is just not just to be there and smile.
Yes. Yes.
They know that you must go there to do what you are asked to go and do.
Do your work, And
they will be prepared. They will be more stronger.
Yes.
After they've gone through, the trials. Because if you go somewhere and you find, they say even a bed of roses has thorns. Roses may smell nice, but make a bed and the roses will have thorns.
Yes.
So for me, the women of Kenya are getting baptized by fire.
Okay.
And that's what they need. One of the things we used to do in our trainings was to tell them, we don't want you to be a man. We want to be a woman leader. Because the politics of Kenya have been so manly, so rough, that it becomes very hard for a woman to be at par with a man competitor.
Okay.
But if you go as a woman, because a woman has a place in community.
That's true.
You will become a leader.
Yes.
Because you have something different.
With your femininity.
You are not coming to replace the man.
Yes.
You're coming to offer your leadership. Look at Angela Merkel, one of the people I look up to as women leaders of the world.
Yeah.
What she's done with Germany.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
You can't compare her with her peers. Yeah. Even if you look at her handling of the current pandemic in Europe, I know it's a sensitive case because it's an ongoing case, but look at her handling now. Look at the numbers in Germany. Look at the numbers in the rest of the world.
Yes.
So I'm just saying, if you look today at the worldwide politics, and just pick Angela as an example, you know, sober, a coordinated voice, and that's the difference she comes to offer.
Yes.
She's not a man; she's a woman.
Yes.
You can't take that away.
No, you cannot.
It's a given.
Yes.
We offer different things. We bring things which are different.
Yeah.
We're naturals. We're mothers.
Yes.
Yeah, that's in us. So for me, I would say as chair of VIDA, rising from 0 to 3 was a major step. 0 to 3, major step, both in Senate and, you know, at the governor level. Because those are the people who decide what happens.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
So
sometimes I wish, you know, but I know next round we will have more women.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. So one of your wishes as well is that we continue having more, so that we can see the impact being made. You know.
Of course.
Yes.
I went to some of the successful countries in Europe. I went to Norway in 2017, and I met a group of politicians because I was on a fundraising cycle.
Okay.
And they told me their rule is 40-60, either gender, in public committees. But I can't get enough men to sit in those committees.
Oh.
That was Norway. And I was like, what?
That's something new.
Yeah. But Norway is one of the most, if you ask me, stable countries in the world. You know, I like how they get their things done. You know, maybe it's because they have more women at leadership.
Wow. Yeah.
So we plan, because I'm sure, Catherine, when you, even in your own house, the things that you think about every day is that, is there enough food? Will we have food next week? When COVID hit here, my husband said, are you ready for COVID? I said, what do you mean? You have food. Do you know, I shopped in March, we still have food until August.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, because I went out there and I said, okay, fine. Now we need to plan for August. Yeah. Not because I don't know how long it's going to take. And California is saying, yes, you're going to be locked in for another 3 months.
Wow.
Yeah, so we bring different things. We bring different things, and that's why we need to balance. Because if you have one up, one down, of course you'll have imbalances. There's a big talk in Kenya about, is the girl boy child being left behind?
Yes.
What are we using to measure?
Yeah.
What are we using to measure?
Yes.
Where are we collecting our data? Yeah. What are we using to measure? Because if you go to the rural areas, girls still have to fetch water, you know? I'm married in Kisii. There are some things that boys still don't do for themselves in communities, you know? Kisii is a very patriarchal society, by the way. This is the first time we are having women, other than nominated MPs, going to parliament.
Oh.
Yes, they're going now as women reps. I think we have 2, you know? Yeah. Other than being nominated, we don't have constituencies that are represented by women. Yeah.
That's
so
interesting.
Patriarchy is still there. Go to Northeastern. When we used to do gender work, you know, for women in Northeastern, You'd go, you're going to a women meeting, but all the people show up are men.
Huh?
And then you have to train them in different rooms, because of their faith and their traditions and all that. At the first round when the constitution was passed, I think there's a constituency account in Northeastern that gave a man for the woman rep seat. And they had to be told by IBC, no, this is a woman's seat, find someone.
What?
Yes. So where are you looking? Don't look at Nairobi.
Yeah.
And even in Nairobi, the numbers are still unequal. There's a lot of inequality. Don't look at the few people who are making noises. Look deeper and you see patriarchy is still at play. There is still imbalances. We still have a long, long way to go to get to that level of equity and equality.
Yes.
For the women.
Wow.
So to Kombali kabisa.
There's still work to be done. Yes. A lot of work.
And that's why I'm happy when we have women in parliament. We have the sanitary bill passed into law.
Yeah.
And there's a requirement now. Only a human rights organization needs to sue the government to make sure that girls in secondary schools and primary schools are given free sanitary towels. That's a major leap.
That's a really major leap, actually. Yeah. That's a really major leap.
But do you think a man would have thought about it? No. It doesn't affect him.
No.
It doesn't impact him. He wouldn't know how people are inconvenienced every month. He wouldn't know how hard it is. That 100 bob for always, every month.
Wow.
So when it's given at school and a mother has 3 daughters, she saves 300.
That's true.
And puts it to food.
That's true.
Yeah. So those are things that have come successfully because we have women in leadership at parliament. So if we continue, we have more gender responsive bills, gender responsive budgeting. We will have affirmative action is necessary to get us to a level whereby we can say, okay, now the society is an equal playing field.
Yeah.
Kila mtu na bidii yake. The way it is probably in the Western world.
Yeah, that's true.
If you put on your CV, no one will ask what's your gender. They just look at your skills, and say, yeah, Catherine is good. She has this. She has a PhD. Let us try her.
Yes, yes.
That's what we should aspire to. It's an aspiration. So as a chair of FIDA, I saw the inequities, the inequalities, the imbalances, but I was also happy that I was able to have a voice. I was happy to walk to the DP's office and ask him come and be, a guest of honor at my dinner, and he came.
Wow.
I got that opportunity. No one else would have invited me if I wasn't chair. I don't think today I can get invited.
Surely, no. Why not? After you've done all that hard work,
I went to Honorable Governor Waiguru, and she was a guest of honor.
Oh wow!
Then she was the deputy chair of the vice chair of the COG. For me, the work of women remains still at infancy level.
Yeah.
But it will exponentially grow because we now have more educated women, more educated girls, because the ability to be able to read, write, and interpret stuff for yourself is important.
Is important, yes.
The ability to even know where to find that information.
Yes.
Is important.
Yes.
And so we keep soldiering on. We can't let we are not there yet. We are not there yet. So the point is that if you are empowering girls, it's a challenge to the boy child to catch up. Maybe they were in a place of privilege. They should know that it's not always going to be like that.
Yeah. And
that they have to compete equally and with equally talented and gifted young women for the same jobs, for the same leadership positions.
Yes.
I'm hoping that I've been following the American elections, and I don't see the young people at the top level of politics wanting to take over the leadership. Because if you look at the candidates that are coming up for the presidential elections, even if you looked at the Democratic group, there are very few people in their 50s and below. I'm hoping the youth of Kenya would rise up and go into elected positions.
Okay.
I'm hoping that we have more graduate MCAs, young graduates going into leadership as MCAs, because counties is where things are going to happen. And more women as MCAs at county level.
Yes.
Educated ones with degrees, with PhDs if possible. Yes.
Yes.
Because that's where you got to be there to be able to read a bill.
Yes.
And pass a bylaw.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
To approve a budget, you have to be able to read it.
Yes.
You understand?
That's true.
It is written in English, so you should be able to read it.
Yes.
So I'm hoping the future is that both young women, not just women, will offer themselves for leadership at the basic, so that they're able to lift up the basic woman.
Okay, yeah.
To a level whereby we don't have the mwendes, we don't have people whose legs are being cut.
Yeah.
They can tell them how to use the little chama money to build businesses as successful ones.
Yeah, yeah.
As a member of the Public Procurement Board, I witnessed transformation. Women who started by just delivering sand and ballast going into construction.
Wow.
You know, I witnessed people who started by supplying, you know, tea and mandazi in the government offices, getting big tenders.
Wow.
I witnessed the transformation of how starting small can take it to the big level.
Wow.
So whereas we are fighting to get in at all levels,
yes,
let us also get in at the bottom.
Yes.
Let us have those young girls who've gone through school, who know what it takes. They've taught secondary school. They are nurses. They are medical doctors. They are, they are lawyers offering to be MCS in their counties.
Okay.
In their county assemblies, so that they can interpret the law that comes out of those. Because serious law is made at county level.
Okay.
And that's what impacts the people. Forget National Assembly.
Yeah.
So that once we grow them, then at National Assembly, it's just like a promotion, We'll be starting you from there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we, as we speak now, we didn't have enough women as MCS in the last election. We had quite a number of women as MPs, but we didn't have enough as MCS. Some counties brought 1 or 2. Oh, yes. And for me, as a woman leader, what I would say, let's go to the grassroots. Let's want to start there.
Yes.
As an MCA, the world is a small place. You can persuade lesser people. Yeah. The world is a smaller campaign scope. You can package a campaign as an MCA.
Yeah.
Because when you go to the assembly, you see people don't look at it like it's a big place. But that's where the real power resides.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. That's where it resides. Look at what's happening in America. Governors are telling the president, no way, we will not open our countries. We won't.
Yeah.
That's when you realize, they can actually tell him that.
And he actually abides.
Where were they? Yeah, so that's where power is. Power is with the people.
Okay.
And the grassroots.
Wow. Yeah.
Yes.